Imagine, if you will, the world immersed in the throes of the Great War. Countless lives lost, countries torn apart, and yet within this chaos, an unexpected friendship blooms between two soldiers, Walter Frank and George Sell. Their story begins in the heart of the conflict. In the aftermath of an intense battle, Walter Frank, weary and worn, stumbles upon his comrade, George Sell. He fears the worst as he calls out, "Finally, George Sell, you okay?" George Sell, injured but resilient, responds, "Walter Frank, I'm still alive." With a sigh of relief, Walter Frank says, "George Sell, my best friend, now let's find help." Fast forward to November 11th, 1918, a day that will forever echo in history. Charles Sam, another soldier in their regiment, cries out, "The war ends, everyone, the war ends!" With hope shining in his eyes, George Sell turns to Walter and says, "Did you hear that, Walter? The war is over. We can finally go home." Months later, on May 8, 1919, in New York, George Sell can hardly believe they made it. Walter Frank, we're finally home. But homecoming is bittersweet. Abby Bread, George's beloved, rushes to him, a mix of joy and apprehension on her face. "George Sell, you're still alive, but what about my father and brother?" With a heavy heart, Walter Frank delivers the grim news. "I'm sorry, Abby, your father Albert and your brother Robert didn't make it." Fast forward a day, Walter Frank, reminiscing about old times, says, "Remember 1913, May 8th? George Sell recalls, "Yes, I remember. That's when Franklin Henry suggested we start a studio after the war." Walter Frank, a glimmer of ambition in his eyes, suggests, "How about we make that dream a reality? Let's establish the GWFR studio." And so, from the ashes of the Great War, a new era begins. The story of Walter Frank and George Sell is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Amidst the darkness of war, they found friendship, survived unimaginable hardships, and, in the end, turned their dreams into reality. Their journey is a stark reminder of the war's devastating impact, but also of the enduring hope that can rise from its ruins. And that, perhaps, is the most significant legacy of the Great War.